Welcome to Fairy Garden Thursday. This is hosted by Grandma Sandy, co-hosted by Sharon Shinogle, Barbie Daily Rule Life in the Valley, and myself. Well, today I'm going to create a fall fairy garden on this glass top table. Starting with this greenery gnome next to my little bonsai tree. And then I'm going to add another little evergreen tree in the other corner. And then, of course, there's a lamp in the middle. And then next I'm going to add a couple of books with my ivy fairy that's playing the flute. Amazon for her. I think she's so pretty. And then I will add some more greenery. And some more greenery on top of the books next to ivy. You can't have too much greenery, especially in a fairy garden. Okay, now I am going to add a little fairy door on top of this little wooden disc with some moss in front of it. And my little fairy here that's holding her little baby. Isn't that cute? Along with a couple of little pumpkins. Now this is a cloche. I have several cloches that I'm going to be using in my fairy garden today. Oh, and there's also a little amber bottle. I'm trying to give it a fall look with the pumpkins and the amber bottle that has some magic potion in it. And I did add some autumn leaves to the back of the fairy door before I put the cloche over the top. So here I am carefully putting the glass cloche over the top. So there we go. Now I'm just moving it to where I think it'll look nice. And I have several cloches that I'm going to be using today. So that's the first one. And then for the second one, I have this tiny little teacup and saucer that was my mother's. And I just hung my little golden fairies off the side of it. And then now I'm going to carefully put a glass cloche over it. There we go. Now doesn't that look nice? Okay, now for my third cloche, I have this little fairy painting a flower. There's a pumpkin in it and a wishing well. So again, I'm going to put the glass cloche over the top. I love the way the fairy gardens look under a cloche. So perhaps this gives you an idea of what you can do to create a fairy garden in a teacup, or even just a little fairy garden under a cloche with fairy doors and pumpkins. Okay, here is my last cloche. I'm going to use a little fairy moss. Then I will add this little fairy with a little kitty cat. That was Amazon. And with this one, I'm going to add a chicken and another pumpkin. And again, very carefully putting the cloche over the fairies and the chicken and the pumpkin. So that completes all the cloches. Now I will be adding a few more things just to the top of the table. Okay, I'm going to be adding some more leaves and this little wooden mushroom. I add the mushroom on the top of the books, and then I just lay these leaves on the tabletop next to the cloche with the chicken, with another pumpkin on top of the leaf. Oh, and a rooster. And even the little baby chicks. And there we go with another pumpkin. So I'm trying to give this a fall look. Just scattering pumpkins here and there. Next, I'm adding a little chair with a fairy on it. And it looks like she's reading a book. And then I've got a little table and another chair. And then over here, I'm going to add a little bridge with Benjamin fishing off the bridge. I think he's adorable. And there's actually a little fishing pole with a fish on the end of it. And I'm going to place a little gnome next to the bridge. Okay, now remember, this is an open collaboration. Anyone is welcome to join, just let Grandma Sandy or any of us co-hosts know, and we'd be glad to add you to the playlist. So I'm still adding a couple more pumpkins. There's one here under the bonsai tree. Okay, that completes my fairy garden on a tabletop here, and using glass cloches and a touch of fall. So leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and we'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye for now.